Okay, so this is the last of the 4 videos. This is for the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So this is a new series that I'm trying out. Let me know if the messages resonate for you. You know, I do the collective readings for everybody, and I decided to break it up into this just so I could give more of like a direct message for people. You know, it breaks it down a little bit. I had thought about doing it for all 12 signs, but that's like a lot of videos. So I decided I would break it up into the elements. So if you are a water sign, these messages can resonate for you. And this can also resonate for you, like if you're connecting with somebody with a water sign, or you have it in, you know, regards to a certain area of your life, because I am going to be breaking it down into love, your head, your emotions, your career, and your purpose, and your energy. So we're going to start off with love, and let's see what's happening in regards to love for the water signs. Alright? So it's funny, because a lot of the cards that have come through for love have come through, some came through in the general, and some came through for other signs. This is one that's come through a lot. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Okay? So we've had the soulmate card showing up in all the readings, basically, over the past week. And I do feel like the soulmates are showing up for people now, because my intention is in regards to love. You know, there may be somebody that you're thinking about in particular that is your soulmate. Now, they may be somebody that you wouldn't expect them to be. This can be, you know, like somebody that has different values, somebody that looks differently than from what you would usually go for. Maybe they act differently, you know. And remember that concept, like opposites attract, you know. Sometimes things that we aren't necessarily, you know, putting out into the world are what reflected back. And it's a result of energy and frequency. Souls recognize the energy and frequency. They don't recognize the 3D stuff. They don't care what you look like. They don't care what you work, do, you know, it's things like that. It's more of a feeling and a recognizing of the energy of somebody and feeling connected to somebody in that way. So keep an open mind in regards to like the people that you're feeling pulled towards romantically. And this could even be somebody that you're already with. Maybe you're thinking of taking the next step with that person. You know, just because they don't necessarily have everything in alignment with what you would, you know, per se want in life, doesn't mean it can't work. So keep an open mind and, you know, balance. You know, a relationship takes work. You don't just like find somebody that is like, yes, I want to do exactly what you do all the time. That's not how it works. And then you have, you deserve love. You are lovable. So, you know, you may be kind of looking at this in a way like, oh, you know, that person isn't good, you know, I'm not good enough for that person, or that person's, you know, got this and they wouldn't like me. You know, this can work in both ways. You may be thinking, you know, negatively of somebody, or you may be thinking negatively of yourself. So if these doubts are surrounding you, like if you're thinking, oh, we won't work because they won't like me, you deserve love, you know, and you don't have to worry about the 3D stuff, because that's not what this is about, you know. Love is about love. It's about just feeling and connecting with somebody and recognizing their imprint and their energy. And you are worthy of that. You deserve that. So that message is coming through. And that's recognizing it on both. You know, if you've been having those doubts about somebody else, like they deserve love too. And then you have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So if you've been allowing doubts and fears and things like that to creep up, that's going to lower your vibration, and that's going to lower like the attraction that you put out. You know, you attract love when you emanate love. When you're in a high vibe and you're happy, and you know, you're in a place of gratitude, and you're rippling that out there, and you're stopping to smell the roses, and you're just having like this emanation of compassion and love, you know, that's what ripples out, and that's what attracts others back to you. You know, so you know, if these doubts are arising about yourself, you deserve love, and you deserve to be happy. So when you emanate that happiness out, the right people are going to show up, and it's much more attractive for you to stay in this high vibing place than to be focused on stuff that may not feel so good. And then the last one is, this could be the one. Now this one came through in a lot of the other readings as well, and it says you've already met the romantic partner you seek. So I do feel like what we had already said, it's like either the person is somebody you're already in a relationship with, maybe you're ready to make that next step, maybe you're like, oh, you know what, this could be the one, let me see where we go with this. It could be somebody that you've been thinking about and holding back because you didn't think that you were worthy of their love, or maybe you thought it wouldn't work because of certain like aspects. It could be financial, it could be like what you do for a living, it could be your family, it could be your beliefs. Whatever it is, release that stuff, because this could be the one. You have to open up and you have to communicate, you have to give it a chance in order for you to find out. So these messages seem to be kind of a collective thing. They've come through a lot, and it does seem that a lot of people are doubting. We have all this red showing up, and the red is our root, and it's our basic needs and our survival. And like, people get so afraid of rejection. They go to a place of like feeling like they're not good enough, or sometimes people go into an ego place and they think like, oh, it could never work with them because of this, or they pick apart things about others. And usually what that is like they're sabotaging it, because it's easier to not like somebody, to not admit to this attraction, than to be denied when you move forward towards that attraction. Alright, so let's see what we have coming through for the headspace. How are you thinking? Love, oh, no, wait. Water signs. What are you guys thinking about? We have yes. Just say yes. So, if you've been doubting stuff, if you've been going back and forth in your head, just say yes to life. Start saying yes to what feels good. Release anything that doesn't feel good, and say yes to the things that like light you up. We have the 3 here, which I feel like representing that holy trinity of balance. Opening up to love, opening up to abundance, opening up to the light, and just saying yes to what you know is your divine truth, and starting to like connect with those who feel like a yes. You don't have to worry, you don't doubt, there's no fears, there's no like little thing in the back of your head pushing you away. And again, be mindful of those little things in the back of your head. Where are they coming from? Are they created from yourself? Are they created from others? Are they created from your own, insecurities and doubts? It's time to just start saying yes to what your truth is. Listening to what feels right, listening to what you know to be true for you, and allowing like the expectations of others or the beliefs of others to fall away. And then we have unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So I do feel like this is kind of going with this. Whatever you've had coming up, any of those doubts, any of those fears, anything that's in the back of your head that's making you like have like, oh, I don't know, like it could be about yourself, it could be about your friends, your family, your job, where you're going in life, whatever it is, we need to start letting it go, cutting those cords, doing the inner work, maybe doing like a soul retrieval, going back and like figuring out what the patterns are that are presenting in your life over and over and over, and looking at your place in those patterns. And any contracts that you have could be coming up and being cleared right now. So you want to clear those contracts so you can release the karma and you can say yes to your divine truth and feeling good. And then the past lives is there. It's like the people that are showing up in your life right now, if there's stuff to clear, it could have happened in a past life. So if you're struggling to find like a pattern or figuring out your place and like why something went down the way it went down, it could be something related to a past life, and it'd be easier for you to kind of navigate into the unconscious and go into your past lives to figure out why it's affecting you in the here and now. And this does seem like a thing that's been affecting the collective anyway. Like these patterns have been coming up. I've noticed for myself too, like having different epiphanies and realizing like my place in the patterns that have happened, and as a result of negative thoughts, and as a result of always going to doubts and fears and thinking like, oh, these people don't like me, or this doesn't like me, like it resulted in getting pushed away from a lot of people. Going into those insecurities and doubts, it ripples it out around you, it creates a manifestation of it, and we have to own that and recognize it, clear it, heal it, and move forward from it so that we don't continue down that path. Because what we do is we end up shutting ourselves off, cutting ourselves off from people, places, and things that we should be saying yes to as a result of our own doubts and our own fears and our own insecurities. So if you've been going through this, look for the patterns, look to see if it's from this lifetime or another, and, you know, start saying yes to the healing and the transformation that can take place. And then you have pillar of light. Your vibration is rising, and you are the oracle. So if you have been having like those little things pop into your head, they're wanting you to pay attention and say yes to them, because you are rising in vibration. You're feeling the downloads. We're all receiving these light codes right now. We're having activations. The energy and frequency of the planet is changing. And as a result, you're changing. Your vibration is shifting up. And as that happens, you're going to receive messages and guidance. You're going to know what feels good and what doesn't. You're going to know who lifts you up and who kind of makes you feel icky. So listen to that and start vibrating up. You know, even the people and the places, the things that you're doing are probably going to shift. You may start feeling like you don't resonate with, you know, certain activities you once did, and like these messages came through for others as well. So, you know, this is a recurring thing. We are shifting in vibration. So stuff that didn't feel good at one time may start to feel good, and things that you once liked may start to feel different. So just keep saying yes to the divine truth. Trust the process, release the bullshit, and rise up. Don't hold on to anything that doesn't feel good anymore, because this is all about like shifting and rising. And then we have emotions. Let's see what comes through, how you guys are feeling. All of the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, how are you feeling? How are your emotions? I know sometimes, like my dad's Pisces is very emotional. And I do know a couple of Scorpios over my life, and they've kind of had some ups and downs with the emotions. We have contemplation time. Spend time alone meditating upon what you truly desire. So this is going good with everything else that we had come through. You need to find out what true is for you. You need to find out what feels good to you. You need to feel your heart, you know, separate from others. You know, what makes sense to you at the end of the day. You don't want to be giving away bits and pieces of things to others and asking them what they think or how they feel about it, because only you really know the full situation. So when you start allowing other people to come in with their like, oh, but this, or oh, but that, and, you know, maybe they don't fully understand a situation, or maybe there's a situation that it's just like you can't really, you know, navigate too well, and you're hoping to kind of just get away from it. This is telling you not to run from it. This is telling you to go in, to stop looking for answers outside of yourself. Stop, you know, connecting with other people's beliefs, particularly like if it's regarding your friends or your work or your love. You want to make sure that you're spending that time alone to navigate through your own answers and figuring out what feels right for you, what you truly desire, and then, you know, what your beliefs are around that, and releasing anything that isn't yours. And, you know, it's good as an empath too, and especially if you are an emotional person, if you feel a lot of stuff, you want to take time out away from others. You want to get in the shower and envision that you're washing off everybody else's energy, everybody else's thoughts, everybody else's, like, what they might think, what they might say, what they might do, and start focusing solely on you. Clear, cut the cords, center your energy, ground, and tune into your heart to navigate through your heart to find out what really feels right, what feels authentic. You know, who's really there for you, you know, what's really there for you, what's going to light you up, what's going to illuminate the path. What else are we feeling? Water signs, what do you feel? Oh, shit. Alright. Blessed change. A major life change brings great blessings. So, you know, as you're going through these changes, you are going to be blessed. It does, you know, matter how you go into these changes, how quickly you are blessed. So you want to stay optimistic. You want to stay in a high vibe. You want to be separating from the doubts and fears and beliefs of others, and really taking that contemplation time to align with your heart and what you really want to manifest so that it can come in. But just know that things are changing. They're changing on a physical, emotional, spiritual level. The way that you present into this world is going to change. So look at it as a blessing. Take it as an offering from your own I am presence, you know. Look at this as an opportunity to grow and shine and to release the ideas of others, to really take that time out to contemplate and navigate through this change for your highest and best. And then the other one was playtime. The dolphins know the importance of playing, as joy creates miracles and manifestation. So if you're having doubts, if you're having fears, if you're, you know, other people are affecting you, maybe where you work is affecting you, take a day off to, you know, go spend some time alone. Don't give yourself a, you know, a hard time for needing a day off. You know, spend the day in bed, spend the day in nature, spend the day, like, connecting with something that you know is going to shift your vibration. Listen to some good music, dance, get outside, connect with kids, whatever, pets. Like, it's up to you to shift your vibe. You know, if you want to manifest the best out of this change, you want to be in a high vibe. So you want to be cutting those cords from anybody that's, like, bringing you down, and saying yes to this new vibe that's coming in on all levels. And the other on the bottom here is morning affirmations. So stay positive and say something positive every day. I tell people this all the time. This really does help assist in manifesting. You know, that high vibe manifests. When you're in a place of gratitude and abundance, that's what the universe delivers. So just wake up every day affirming what it is that you truly want. When you figure out what it is that you truly want, you release the ideas of others, and you're embracing the change that's coming, it's going to be easier for you to have that playtime, for you to look into the mirror and be like, I am beautiful, I am abundant, I am loved, I am worthy of health, I am worthy of happiness, I am worthy of, you know, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest in your life. Start speaking it into existence, dreaming it into existence, creating it with all of your senses and all of your gifts. And let's see what happens with your career and your path and your purpose. You know, this could be your 3D career. This could be like where you're going with life. You know, maybe you have a gift as a starseed. And we have number 11, rising above, clarity, freedom, and solution. So I do feel like right now is a time of you for expanding, whether it's in regards to like a 3D job or it's in regards to your gifts. You know, if you're a starseed, it's likely that you are an oracle, or you are somebody who can tap in and channel and bring forth, you know, healing energy. It's time for you to rise into that calling. You know, rise into that divine light that you're here to bring. You're here to shift perspectives. You're here to shift consciousness. But you need to rise into that and embrace that truth, because that really is your truth. It doesn't matter what you do for your 3D stuff. You know, I know everybody needs to have money and all of that, but you can shift and create the abundance that you need through doing your mission work, through doing your soul work. If you can trust and rise into that, like, clarity of seeing who you really are, that is the solution to all your problems. This will give you the freedom to be who you are, say what you want, do what you want, emanate out the life that you want to live in, and allow it to ripple back to you. You know, there's no limitations here. So allow yourself to really rise into who you are becoming, or who you've always been, but we're maybe afraid to speak it up. And let's see what else comes out for career, purpose, path. Any other influence? Career, purpose, path. Career, purpose, path. Alright. Woohoo! We have achievement. Keep focused on your dream, number 17. And the 17 with me, it always connects with the emissaries and that unconditional love, reminding you to stay positive. And I feel like this is a beautiful confirmation on this. As you rise into that divine truth, you're going to achieve all that you've desired. You're going to blossom into that new, beautiful person that you've wanted to, you know, put out into the world. And as you do that, everything is going to rise. It's going to shift. And you're going to be able to have the abundance, and you're going to be able to bring forth a change into this world that you want to be in. You know, you're going to dream into being that new existence. You're going to cut free of all this crap. You're going to affirm yourself up. You're going to say yes to this new version of yourself that can see from a higher perspective, and that manifests all that they need and all that they desire through their intention and through their soul work and through their mission. And the last one here for this is remembrance, resurfacing of past feelings and emotions. So as you're doing this, you know, as you go and you rise above into this truth, and you start going into a new perspective, you are going to reach a place of achievement. But on the journey there, you're going to have, you know, stuff come up, feelings, emotions, things that are there for you to heal, and things that you need to shift your perspective on. You know, those beliefs that have been holding you back, those things, those doubts, those insecurities, those fears, the beliefs of others that have been passed down to you. You know, those doubts about, well, I'm not good enough, or I don't have the time, or, you know, so-and-so doesn't think this, and what if this, and what if that. There's a billion things that can hold you back. And these are all suppressed things that need to be healed and cleansed and released. So it's really time to rise into achievement so that you can cleanse all of this stuff that's been holding you back, you know, for probably lifetimes. It's probably showing up in your relationships. It's probably showing up in your mundane world. So you want to shift that. You want to rise out of that, honor it, release it, heal it. And then we have what's happening for your energy. So let's see what's happening energetically for the water signs. Well, we have the Lovers. The Lovers is about making those decisions and those choices. This is also about like love. So I do feel like it's more about taking that decision to place that love on yourself, to bring that balance to yourself, to balance the yin and the yang inside of you, to bring that balance of divine masculine and feminine energy inside of you, to stand confidently in your power, but to be compassionate about it, you know, to speak your truth, what is your divine truth, without being, you know, swayed by others, without worrying what others might think or say or do. You know, this is making that decision to rise into that full version of yourself, into that rainbow warrior energy, to connect, to speak it into being, to dream it into being, to do it on all levels. And under there is the shadow. So yes, you know, it's time for you to rise in the light. But again, you know, that message we just had, as you rise into the light, you're going to have to navigate through the shadow work. You're going to have to go through the darkness, through the pieces of yourself that may not always feel 100% great. And it's that balance of this. It's making that decision to face this darkness, to illuminate it, to heal it, and to release it. You know, it's that same message here coming through. You have to release yourself from these binds, and they could be showing up in your current relationships, in your current job, in your current experience, you know, whether it's your community, whether it's your family, whatever. This stuff is there for a reason. We all signed up for it long before we came into our lives. So whatever we're going through, we need to be the ones that recognize the patterns, recognize that energy that is surrounding things, and we need to, you know, fight and rise out of the dark, you know, embrace the dark, love the dark aspects of ourselves, look at them, heal them, illuminate, you know, make that conscious decision to rise into this beautiful balanced being that is going to bring forth transformation to the earth. And then we have reflection, the Hermit. So again, it's like that first message that came about, you know, contemplation time. Take time out alone. Think about things, navigate things through meditation, through the unconscious, do some astral travel, you know, connect in other ways, have a healer assist you in doing like soul work. You know, maybe you need to do a soul retrieval, maybe you need to do something for a past life work. Whatever it is, you need to do the work connected to it. And it's not always like something that you can do by yourself. Maybe you need somebody to assist in facilitating that journey, or maybe assist you in navigating to a new belief surrounding yourself. You know, this isn't a one-way thing. It's making that decision to follow that light, to follow that energy, so that you can face this darkness and that you can shift it, you know. And yes, the Hermit is about going in and spending time alone, but you know, you can go in on a journey. You can find a meditation on YouTube. You can do so many different things. It's basically just making that choice to do it. And oftentimes people get a little bit held back, and it's funny because we now have the Chariot in reverse. So I do feel like, you know, this is your decision, but because it's connected to darkness and because it's like, it can be a lonely thing, you may be wanting assistance. You know, like there may be that urge inside of you to navigate forward and to like push into this and be like, yes, I'm going to do this. Yes, I'm going to speak my truth. Yes, I'm going to heal like all of this shit. Yes, I'm going to release this need for other people's approval, you know, all of it. But, you know, there's still those fears, those doubts. There's still that like hesitation about, you know, facing the darkness or the shadow. And it could just be a fear of the unknown, of not really knowing what you're doing, or how to get there, or, you know, what to say, or where to even begin. So you would, you know, need somebody to assist you in flipping your chariot around so that you can forge forward quickly into it. So don't find, drop the ego, drop that like thing. This is a self journey. This is an inward journey, but it's not something that you have to do completely alone. And listen to that little voice in the back of your head that's pushing you and guiding you to the people, places, and things that are going to assist you in navigating quickly on that path towards the balance, towards partnership, towards union. And this is like a divine union inside, in that as you come into this divine union inside, it's going to ripple outside of you too. So if you're somebody resonating with those love messages, again, that's confirmation that as you navigate through this, as you make those conscious decisions, and as you do the work that is required for you to let go of the shit that's been holding you back, those doubts and those fears, it will bring you into alignment. It will bring you to that balance, and it will bring you towards, the person, people, places, and things that are going to serve your soul and assist you in rising up. Oh, and at the bottom of this deck, we have lost love. So surrender, healing, and release. And then we have the moon energy up here, and we have all these emotions. So I feel like in regards to your energy, you may be having like this, underneath the surface. You may be trying to put a happy face out. You may be trying to do the work. And that's why I feel like the Chariot came in reverse, is because you've been trying, but you may not have been getting too far with it. So, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to, surrender into it. Cry, release, get angry, scream, yell. If you've got a problem with somebody, tell them what it is. If you know something, that you've been holding back, or you've been, neglecting to speak up about, or you've been, choosing to, only focus on the light rather than the dark, you need to have that balance. You need to release, you need to cleanse, and you need to surrender into both aspects. Yes, we want to focus on the good. Yes, we want to manifest more of the good, but we can't run from the dark. So in order for us to shift the dark, we have to look at the dark, face the dark, and heal it. We have to go into it. We have to love it. We have to nurture it. We have to release whatever is, a result of it, and cut those cords, cut those ties, find the patterns, find our place in the patterns, and continue down this path towards where we're trying to navigate towards for all of us, not just the water signs, not just any sign. It's all of us trying to navigate to that place of balance, to understanding our true selves, releasing the things that no longer resonate, and affirming ourselves up into a new, beautiful version of ourselves. So I hope that these messages resonated. I do offer one-on-one readings. I do offer long-distance hypnotic sessions to assist people. Because this is a new thing, I would appreciate it if you liked the messages that came through. And keep in mind that they're not just for one of you. Like, these could be for Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But it just brings it down a little bit less than the whole collective. So if the messages resonated, you can drop a comment or just like the video so that I know and I can do them again in the future. And if you want your own reading, or you want to, book your own healing, I also do automatic writing. I do trance channeling. I can do stuff in person if you're in the area. I have a studio here, or I can do things via email. I create you a video and send it to you. There's a lot of different offerings. I am going to be working on the website again and getting some of the blog posts out there and upcoming things. There's a lot of new stuff happening. I'm very excited. So your support is greatly appreciated. If you would like to connect with me, all of the information will be down below. I hope you have a beautiful night. In munay, namaste.